Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. It's early morning here. It is already light out there. Slept really good. When I sleep really good, like several, many hours in a row without waking up, then I feel like I have to come out of this fog. I was, well, I know that when I go into deep sleep, my spirit starts to wander and heads off into the regions of spirit world, and yeah, who knows what I'm doing there? Yeah, sometimes I wonder too. Well, anyway, sometimes I know, sometimes I don't, but for some reason that seems how it feels like when I wake up. It's like, I gotta, I gotta collect my whole spirit back again, right? Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the light here is doing something weird again. It is what it is. I think it has just something to do with and the way that I move somehow, and then with the camera or something, and then who knows? Oh, you see this? I've been wanting to get this down forever. There's a piece of dust hanging there. I can get this down with my. There. Finally, it's down. Dust bunny on the ceiling. Yes. Okay. June is a long haired cat. Yeah, I have to brush her every day. I've been watching this grooming. I don't know how this stuff comes up, but been watching this grooming show, and this woman is really amazing. I like it. I like watching it. Just the transformation from the animals, and how the animals react, and the huskies that she does. Sure enough, my gosh, they are the noisiest complainers, right? But I've seen some of the cats, some long-haired cats that she did. I don't know how people let their own cats get into that state of just how what? I mean, I said she has very long hair. I had one, Woody. That was our oldest cat. He was 18 years old. That was the first cat we got here when we moved to Kentucky. Actually, Woody Woods. We called him Woody Woods because he always smelled like dirt, earthy. Because he lived under a trailer for a long time. But then he adopted us when we moved. We moved here, and we lived first not too far from town. There was into my father-in-law's house that was literally built into the trees on stilts, and there was a bridge you had to cross across the creek. Yeah, way up. Yeah. I had a 5-year-old at that time. Oh, it was scary. Well, anyway, uh, and he adopted us. I think the people had moved away or something, and they left the cat, or maybe it was just a stray cat. But it was so friendly, I can't see it being a stray cat. So he adopted us. He started going down to the bus to catch the bus with my children, and then just before the bus would come, he would go down again and wait for them. Yeah, it was really odd. It was really interesting. So we started feeding him and this and that, and he stayed with us and it looked like it was a younger cat. It was not an older cat. It was still below a year. And so we adopted him, and he lasted with us for 18 years. Isn't that something? Yeah. Anyway, why did I bring that? Oh, and when he got older, he started getting matted down here. Otherwise, he was fine. He had like not really short hair, but it wasn't a long haired cat either. And I'll just take the scissors and cut it off, right? Yeah, there's no way he would have let me brush that out. So even though, had a lot of cats at one point. I think we had 7 dogs and 5 or 6 cats, but they all were taken good care of. There's no way that one of my animals, either dog or cat, would have ended up looking like some of these animals, and they were not feral cats and street dogs. How can you as a dog or a cat owner have your animals start to look like that? Well, it's a good thing that eventually they brought cat or the dog to the groomer. Well, she does it for free, I guess, for the videos. So she does it for free, okay? Otherwise, these poor animals probably, until they're dead, wouldn't get it. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I like watching it and see the transformations. And, but June gets brushed every day. I have two. I have this one. See, that's like I'm petting her, but really gets the stuff out. And then, and I have this one. See, to kind of finish up get all the hair out, because otherwise it just would fly around in here, Anyway, and she is what? She's about 12 years old now, 12 or 13 years old. So, yeah, she needs to be well taken care of. Yeah. Anyway, so said that. Now let's go into reading, and then maybe I'll remember what I wanted to start out with to begin with. I always get sidetracked. Well, it is what it is. I just go with the flow of what the spirit world kind of says. Oh, talk about this. Yeah. Maybe get into people's psyche a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, I should take care a little better of my dog and my cat, right? It's 5 minutes. It's 5, maybe 10 minutes. Okay? Sitting there, either of people, here I'm sitting on the bed watching TV while I'm doing that, right? People, what? Most everybody now is watching TV. Oh. At the farm, when we had all them animals, there was no TV going on. I had no time for that. But I had time for my animals. Just saying. Right? Yeah. All right, Book of Jeremiah. Here's a little one out there. She is so much fun. I wish I could make videos with her in it, this and that. But I was like that with my children as well. All of my children with their children are like that. They're very conscientious where they share videos of their children and playing or sports or whatever. They all have locked down Facebooks. For what reason? Because of the doggone perverts out there. You can't even share the fun moments with people maybe who don't have children or older and would love to see, oh, look, there's a little one starting out in life doing all these funny things, right? Yes, can't do that. Or one shouldn't do that. Because of how sick, perverted people out there, we need to all pray for, by the way, are abusing our way of sharing, and the way that we could be sharing with each other. Right? Yes? So sad. It's so sad. Well, anyway, let's get going. Book of Jeremiah 38. Jeremiah is thrown into the storage well. Ebed Melech intervenes. But Shephatiah, son of Matan, Gedaliah, son of Pashur, Ukal, son of Shelemiah, and Pashur, son of Malchiah, heard the words which Jeremy was saying to all the people. Yahweh says this: anyone who stays in the city will die by sword, famine, or plague, but anyone who leaves it and surrenders to the Chaldeans will live. He will escape with his life. Yahweh says this city will certainly be handed over to the army of the king of Babylon, and he will capture it. The chief men then said to the king, you must have this man put to death. He is unquestionably disheartening the remaining. That means there aren't many left. And this is why Jeremiah says, just surrender. You're not going to live to survive this. So how about, then that makes sense to me too. How about less bloodshed? It's already a lost cause. How do I know that? Well, because it just says here, he is unquestionably disheartening the remaining soldiers in the city. There weren't many left, right? And all the people too, by talking like this. This man is seeking not the welfare of the people, but their ruin. Oh, that wasn't true. That's not true then. He's not seeking the ruin. He's seeking the welfare of the people. Yes? Well, what about Egypt when the Israelites were slaves in Egypt? God told them, hey, fight them as hard as you can so that, yeah. No, they bit their time. Yes, and then when it was time to go, they went without any bloodshed. Yes? Anyway. Oh, they were so unhappy pretty soon after that, though, yeah. King Zedekiah answered, he is in your hands, as you know, for the king is powerless to oppose you. When the kings don't want to take responsibility for something, you see what happens? Oh, you guys do whatever you want with him. I can't go against you. That's such a classic. Oh my gosh. So they took Jeremiah and put him into the storage well of the king's son. King's son, oh, Malchiah, in the court of the guard, letting him down with ropes. There was no water in the storage well, only mud, and into the mud Jeremiah sank. But Ebed-melech the Cushite, a eunuch attached to the palace, eunuchs, they had eunuchs at that time? Wow, I wonder how far back that history with the eunuchs goes, right? Yes? I mean, that was something that's just accepted here in the Bible? To make a man into a eunuch? That's interesting. Heard that Jeremiah had been put into the storage well, as the king was sitting in the Benjamin gate. Ebed-melech came out from the palace and spoke to the king. My lord king, he said, these men have done a wicked thing by treating the prophet Jeremiah like this. Wow, he's very courageous. They have thrown him into the storage well. He will starve to death there, since there is no more food in the city. At this the king gave Ebed-melech the Cushite the following order. Take 30 men with you from here and pull 30. It takes 30 to pull him out? And pull the prophet Jeremiah out of the storage well before he dies. Ebed-melech took the men with him and went into the palace to the treasury wardrobe. Out of it he took some treasury wardrobe. Out of it he took some worn out... Wait. Oh, went to the husband. Out of it he took some torn, worn out rags, which he lowered on the ropes to Jeremiah into the storage well. So in the treasury wardrobe in the palace, there are worn out rags. Okay. Ebed-melech the Cushite then said to Jeremiah, these torn, worn-out rags are for you to put under your armpits to pat the ropes. Oh, okay. Still, how are they in the treasury? Wardrobe treasury. Jeremiah did this. Then they hauled Jeremiah up with the ropes and pulled him out of the storage well. And Jeremiah stayed in the court of the guard. Also, the way they pulled him up, right, like this, right? Well, that could actually, even with the rags, pull out his arms out of the sockets. Why not just put it around his waist and then hold on to the rope and have him pulled up like that? Okay, just saying. Weird. This is a very odd story. Also, why would... Let's see. I don't get the weird relationship that Zedekiah and Jeremiah have. On one hand, Zedekiah keeps sending people to Jeremiah to wonder what God is saying. Then when he gets an answer on what to do, that's not liked. To the point where Zedekiah says, well, okay, well, you do whatever you want with him, right? Which would, what? Zedekiah really wants Jeremiah dead. Then here comes this other guy, Melech, and says, he's going to die there. You can't let that happen. And somehow Zedekiah's conscience is getting struck again. That's very conflict. How can you have a conflicting king like that? That's not good for the people at all, right? Yes, yeah. You know, yeah. You better go and get him out, right? Yes, 30 men to pull one guy out of a well. Okay, just saying. Well, there it is. I mean, who knows what else this story entails? I don't care really when it comes down to it. But it's kind of going to get me to what I wanted to say before with when it comes to responsibility, consequences, and the choices we make. I had a discussion with, I don't know if you can call it a discussion because it was kind of dumb, really, eventually when it came down to it. But there was a guy who said it was about on how, why did God create us? If we're created in the image of God, why did God create us to sin? And I went in and said, well, well, because an innocent child evolves into an adult, and it can become, even though it has good parents and all, evolves into an adult that can become abusive. Yes, it can become abusive. That doesn't have anything to do with the innocent child. It's as the choices we make. So the answer is free will. Right? Yes? Yeah. We make choices along the way. We make choices, and have experiences, and it's up to us on how we decide to absorb that, learn from it, one way or the other, in a good way or in a bad way. But the other thing is too, we decide who we want to listen to. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of different ideas about all kinds of things. Well, eventually, so he comes back with, well, no, the answer is that God is faulty, that his design is faulty. And I went, no, it's not. I said, that's about the weakest comment you could have delivered here. Responsibility, conscience, the consequences of things out there, the choices we make, that's up to us. That is all up to us. Plants, animals, the universe is made, created by God under the principles of creation. That means nothing will change is there. Unless, of course, we decide to step in, and some things we create a better space for, though however things are created, there's no better space for anything that is created out there. But we sure can make it worse, can we not? Yes. Oh. But when it comes to mankind, we were not just created to operate under the principles of creation, but also under the principles of love, free will. We were given, mankind, humans, were given a little bit something extra. And I have to say, if people do not get that out there, well, so be it. Then be ignorant. I find it, to go back just real quick, then I'm going to finish this up, to back to what I said, when people listen to other people. I have seen enough now out there. Right? Interestingly enough, I've not really come across anyone that I wish I would. So that's why I have to say it here. Do go in and comment in a nice way most of the time. Well, always in a nice way. But, there's the thing called tough love. I'm not going to sugarcoat things for people. I don't like to do that. The truth shouldn't hurt. It should teach you and elevate you, right? And set you free. There you go. So if the truth hurts people, then I have to say, Well, why are you hurt by the truth? Then you have to ask your own self, why are you hurt by the truth? I find it interesting on how someone out there goes and asks people, and the age does not matter, the gender does not matter. They're all equally dumb. Yeah, well, that's the truth. They're being asked. So, do is there more than the two genders? There's male and female. Yes or no? There's two genders. Yeah, male and female. And they can't yes or no. It's a yes or no answer. Right? There's no more required. And they can't answer. They can't answer that there is male and female. They can't answer. Even plants have two parts to them, right? The stamen and the pistil, right? Something like that. Yeah. Yes? To then create another plant. To create the seeds for another plant. Did you know that? Yeah. Okay. Animals, male and female, right? Yes? Yeah. Right? Yes? Okay. Uh, uh, to everything, there is a dual characteristic. Up, down, left, right, tall, short. Yes? I would say 99% you will be able to find a counterpart, positive, negative. Okay, we use positive and negative also for what? But there's a positive and negative, and science is very important. Yes? There's more. There's more. There's a whole lot more that they all go hand in hand. There's always a counterpart to one thing. There's always another counterpart. Yes, that's either the opposite or that complements it, per se, or together they complement. Yes, okay, just saying. That's very interesting. Go do study up on it. Yeah? In the Divine Principle, there is a part about the dual characteristics. Very interesting. But people out there cannot answer the question anymore, or quite some. Is there male and female only? Yes or no? They can't say yes. They can't say yes because someone put a cloud in their head where if they were to say yes, then everything that they falsely believed wouldn't stand anymore. If they say no, then they look like absolute idiots, don't they? So they can't answer the question. You want to be dumber than a coal bucket out there? Be my guest. But that's very sad for you. So, there is that, right? Yes. Anyway, I thought I mentioned that just because I came up. So with this other guy, I had the question with to finish that up. What was it? What else? Oh, I ended up telling him too. So with the way that you answered back is think about what you just said. You want a faulty creator. The odd thing is when everything goes well, no one blames God. It's only when things go wrong, suddenly people with a very short belief system, small belief system, very little foundation of anything when it comes to that, they tip over, right? Very easily when things go wrong to blame God. Suddenly we have a faulty creator, and people come up with these comments and answers to a question, right, that someone has with this odd idea that are omnipotent and omniscient, all knowing. He's all perfect. Listen, I lived long enough to have seen the creation out there. That there's something not right. And that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. There is no way that this presence that is our heavenly parent, the beginning of it all, and has created this incredible environment, and then this incredible us, and it took billions of years revising, editing, no doubt that God, our heavenly parent, would make one tiny mistake. That's not possible. I'll tell you why. How often does it get a book that goes out, gets revised, edited again and again and again until it's perfect to read? So we're able to do that. There's people out there able to do that. Calculate something to perfection to then have the perfect formula for something. We can do that. There is people out there who can do it. Not everyone can do it, but there are people out there who can do it. And you tell me God can't? Over billions of years? Yeah. Good luck with that belief system. Anyway, so, well, you keep teaching people out there. I hope you learned something from the comment that I put out there, right? Yes, and we have our own responsibilities. If we fail or if we do something, maybe sometimes we're ignorant about something, we do something and there are consequences, we take responsibility for them. Then we take responsibility for our choices and then again for the consequences, if there are any. That's how you restore. Consequences are, right? You accept them and you restore. Then hopefully you don't do that again. You do it again, then you just... That's it. Why are you out to hurt yourself? Again and again and again and again. If after the first time, you should have learned your lesson. Yes? Yes. And that free will we were given, our minds can soar. Our minds are capable of soaring. Yes? Our bodies are capable of an immense amount of work as well. I gotta go. I'm almost out of time. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldritch, my dearest brother in faith, that holy ground, I'm telling you, I love you, and I will talk to you all another time.